why is my, if you're thinking, you're like, okay, great. So like, what the heck is going on? Why does my brain do this? This is so annoying. So your brain does this because of so many different things. We're going to start with some like neuroscience type stuff. So there's a part in our brain called the amygdala. And the amygdala is always, it goes on alert whenever things are stressful. The amygdala gets fired up when it gets stressed, when it feels like that survival, fight, flight, fawn, or freeze kind of kicks in. And so for anxious attachment people, they're always scanning for danger. They're always looking for a reason. Is this person gonna leave me? I don't feel safe in myself. Is everything okay? Their amygdala is like really, really fired up all the time. And when your amygdala is fired up, you are actually not able to think rationally. So when your amygdala gets turned on, it's like your body's alert button. You cannot think clearly at all. So that is why nervous system regulation techniques, being able to feel safe within yourself instead of getting that reassurance from another person, is key, which we'll get into that in a little bit. So it's like, how can I calm my amygdala so that I act in a correct way, essentially. Another thing is confirmation bias. If you've heard of this before, confirmation bias, it's like, well, they're just going to cancel on me, or they're just going to leave me. And then when they show any sign of canceling on you or wanting to not make plans, you are going to internalize that. It's like, yep, exactly, because everybody does this. Or if a friend does something, weird, or they don't text you back for the day, you're like, yep, of course. This is what everybody does. Everybody leaves. Nobody wants to talk to me. So it's like this confirmation bias. We have our own negative thinking and bias about trusting relationships. And then when something small happens, our brain's like, yes, exactly. Because our brain is always looking for evidence that it's right. It's a really hard cycle, y'all, to be stuck in. Our nervous system. I talked a little bit about this. I talk a ton about the nervous system. But when our nervous system is fired up, we always are feeling on edge. Having a activated nervous system, our amygdala is activated, we're shaking, we're stressed. We can't ever feel safe. And so being able to calm our nervous system is how we kind of combat that, just through safety. Also our core beliefs and schemas. So these are the stories we developed about ourselves and about the world and about people, often formed in childhood. So the stories we create based off the experiences that we've had. So common one, I'm not good enough because somebody told me, a teacher or a coach sometime told me that I wasn't good enough. They said, you're stupid, you can't do this. Now forever, that core belief always gets activated through little experiences, or schemas. If you watched your parents fight a lot or something like that, or you deal with a parent who, had an addiction, you're like, wow, this is how marriages are. The father acts like this and the mother acts like this, and it's always chaotic and it's always bad. And so you have that perception of relationships that is from your upbringing. So that's a schema. They're thoughts and ideas and beliefs that we develop based on our experiences about the world and other people. Very, very, very common for anxious people.